For today, Alhamdulillah, we are very grateful that this event is running. Let's do our best to see how much we can help each and every one of you guys today. Okay, so Marsha, for today's event, I'd like to start off with asking a question. I suppose that's most of what we're doing in life, what we're doing on a daily basis. We are continuously asking questions, mostly to get answers. Okay, so Marsha, tell us a little bit of what you think is in this picture.
So if you ask me, what I can see this picture is a woman running from her problems, like literally running. So he is stressing out about something, and the way for her to deal with it is to run. So she jogs, she runs somewhere where she feels safe. For example, this space, yeah, full with green stuff. So am I correct? Aaron?
Okay, so this is a simple exercise or activity that I'd like to start this off with, just to get you guys on topic. Okay? Now I want you guys to take a couple of seconds to look at this photo, and based on what Ms. Marsha was sharing, okay, I want you guys to come up with your own interpretation. What do you think this image is about? Okay? I can give you one hint. It is related to the topic of the conversation today. Alright, let's take a couple of seconds for you guys to just think about it. I'm going to ask a few people. Alright, you there? Can you give him a round of applause? Yeah. Yeah. What's your name? Tarun. Okay, round of applause again for Tarun. When you look at this image, this photo, I know it's not that clear because of the lighting a bit. Maybe we can have the middle lighting shut. Okay? When you look at this photo, what feelings comes to you? Peaceful. That's a relaxing moment lah. It's a relaxing moment. Okay, round of applause for him. Anyone else? You miss in red? Yes. Your name? Jen. Okay, Jen. Round of applause for Jen, guys. When you see this image, what feelings comes to you? Okay, good. Give a round of applause to Jen. Okay. It's true. This photo is a state of mind that someone has with regards to their health. Now, let me just point out over here, number one, what I am not is a mental health expert. I am not a mental health expert. But what I will be sharing with you guys today will be regards to mental well-being. Okay? So mental well-being is basically, or mental wellness, internal resources that help us think, feel, connect, and function. Basically, things that you guys would do to ensure that, in simple words, you survive or get through another day. Okay? So, just to be clear on the direction of this topic for today, you are today as students, as are we, and we are going to bring you through some tips and tricks that you can use for you to get through your university life, not just to survive. Okay? So, let me just check with my colleague over here, Marsha. So, Marsha, you've been a student before, okay? As we all are currently a student of life, aside from that. Tell us, what was the number one thing that you're looking forward to when you started studying in university?
What I'm looking forward to, of course, graduate. At that time, I tak kisah sangat if I dual ke tak, asalkan I graduate, as long as I graduate. But I say it's wrong to think about that, so, because when we're studying, friends being the biggest influence. Your circle of friends memang your biggest influence. So masa tu I betul-betul rasa macam I don't care about my grades. As long as atas pagar pun it's okay. As long as I will graduate. But it's really wrong to hear. It's macam no, I have to change that. And I changed that mindset after I meet new circle of friends, which give positive things lah for me to look forward. So yes, from that mindset, my actual akhir tu baru macam I change my mindset. What I want to achieve is graduate with flying colors studying. So yes.
Alright, thank you, Puan Marsha, for sharing the experience. Now, Puan Marsha, as you heard in the introduction, she is a branding and marketing strategist, and she, of course, has graduated. She's a graduate in Mass Comm. Okay. Now, regardless of what course you're taking, it really doesn't matter. The most important thing is that when you come here as a student, I think this is long enough for me to go up. Yes. Okay, time's up. Stop. Okay, everyone, pen up. All right, lift your paper up. Everyone, put one hand up. Okay, your paper. Okay. So you just arrived on campus. That's all you got in 30 seconds. Okay. Alright. Sorry, your name? Mei Lee. Round of applause for Mei Lee, guys. So in 30 seconds, time that she had, she could only write 8 o'clock, arrive at campus. You. Nama siapa? Naim. Okay, Naim. Dapat sampai mana Naim? Ha? Bangun tidur. So, in 30 seconds of his life, he just woke up. Alright? What about you? Yeah.
Until dinner.
You got to dinner in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Alright, round of applause for him.
I
The guy living life in the fast lane. Alright? Okay, so now, can someone share with me? So you see, this is the difference in thinking. I would assume that a lot of times, these guys spend a little bit more time to think, and you already thought about it, and you know what you're doing. You just went ahead with it. Okay, round of applause for everyone, in terms of how you manage your time. A lot of it was in the planning. Okay, for you just now, planning juga. So you tengah fikir, apa benda aku nak tulis ni? Tapi actually I already told you, starting from the time you wake up. So immediately you can write, wake up, do this, shower, do this. Because now, what you're doing is also, you are probably overthinking the instructions. In 30 seconds, what can you do? So you, why did you write that? You immediately wrote down what you do. Okay? Everyone had 30 seconds, but your thought processes and how you manage this time. So everyone, same as a student today, you are only given, everyone is a human life, if you're a student or not student, regardless. Everyone is given 24 hours a day. Okay? Nobody gets more than that. So you know this is your valuable asset under time management. how you manage it is the most important part. In this situation, I only give you 30 seconds. In a situation for you as a student, you're already given 1 semester, an X amount of subjects to study. So it is really up to you guys on how you manage your time to get these things done. Which is why just now she shared that she will, because of her daily activities and routine, she wishes she has more time to focus deeper on it. It's okay, no, gastric, I understand. Right. Relatable. Okay, so now let me share with you what time management is. Okay, so I think a lot of you have the general gist and idea. If anyone Googles it, effectively or productively. Okay, so how you have that amount of time. I think the easiest way for you to look at time is if you translate it to money. Okay? If I told you I give you 30 seconds, time is free. If I told you I give you 30 ringgit, okay. Now I would think longer how I'm going to spend this 30 ringgit. I only have 30 ringgit. But you realize that we don't treat time the same way we treat money. The value. We don't treat it equally. Money you can find anytime. The time will just pass. So this, okay? Effective time management helps individuals achieve their goals while maintaining a healthy balance between responsibilities and personal well-being. Now, what you guys did just now was an activity on, I gave you a time crunch and I gave you work. A lot of time your days will feel like this. You feel like, so little time, so many things to do. So how do you know which one to do first and which one not to do? Alright, so here's a tool that I would like to share with you guys. Okay, it's called the Eisenhower Matrix. Who has heard of this before? Never heard of this before? This is your first time. Okay, alright. I'm sure if you Google it, you will find it. Okay? But these are tools that are not that typical and is usually used in industries or workplace when they're trying to look for efficiency. But this habit should start from the very beginning, from you as a student. Okay, so it's a time management tool. It was actually inspired by Dwight D. Eisenhower. This is the 34th US president. Huh? So now who's the US president? He's the guy, Eisenhower. Okay, so let's look at this. The Eisenhower Matrix. Maybe you want to get this a little bit darker so we can actually see it.
Thank you.
Okay, so now, before we get into this, you guys have the other side of the paper, right? I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes for you guys to list down what are the things that you need to get done today. Your own work, your own task that you need to do today. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to just write down what you feel like. Oh, I need to go for lunch. I need to go for my class today. I need to get a Grab. I need to go home. I need to shower later. I need to go and smack my friend. I need to go and give excuse to my lecturer. I need to have time to submit assignment. Things that you feel you need to do. Okay? Don't bully her, guys. Okay? 2 minutes. Don't pretend when you're writing this down because this is not for me, this is for you. Okay, write down. I feel that I need to update my boyfriend. I'm going to come back later. I'm going to take a bath. Whatever you feel is important and needs to be done today, important or not important, list down the things that.
என்ன பார்த்து சிரிப்பு வரான் சிரிச்சு
Don't worry, this one just list first. First is list, then you go into the table. Yeah. These are tools that you can use to improve your current performance in studying. Okay? So you already wrote down your list? Okay, now I want you guys to just look at the screen for a while. Okay, as you all saw in the matrix, Eisenhower matrix. Do now. Give me an example of what's urgent now. So you are saying assignment is important, but it's urgency for this. Are you acting like it's a life or death thing? Yes. Some of you, yes. A lot of times it's life or death when tomorrow is the submission date, right? So then that will become very important. But when they assign to you 1 month before, don't worry, we will get to it. Last day, then we will get to the reasons or excuses to why we shouldn't submit it in 1 month. We will get there. Okay, but this is urgent and important. So, number 2 is important but not urgent. Okay, so when you just started your semester, today is day 1. So what is important and not urgent from that context? Doing revision. Important but not urgent means that it's not immediately due lah. If they give you an assignment today in 2 weeks, so of course 2 weeks is actually quite short for an assignment, but it's important and everything. Sometimes we categorize as everything as important and urgent, but this is where you guys will start looking at it differently. Next, urgent but not important. Okay, quick action, don't contribute significantly, go to email. Okay, for example, okay, as a student, you need to delegate your task, for example, an event that you're going to run. Okay, so it's urgent but not important. Okay, and neither urgent nor important. Tasks that are distractions or time wasters, such as excessive social media. Oh, everyone shoot convention, right? I know. Okay, so now from all these 4 and the list that you have, what I want you to do is I want you to create this quadrant. Okay, it's basically 4 boxes. Okay, and in these 4 boxes, on the left is urgent, the left column is urgent, and the right is not urgent. And on the left, the first row is those that are important, and the second row are not important or less important. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to write this down inside. I want you to draw a box, 4 boxes, put these things inside there. This one is based on what you feel about it. Because that's why your task, the one that is listed, you wrote down in the list, is your task. Things that you need to do today or you want to do today, and then you need to segment them into 4 quadrants. Split your time. So now look at your list. Tell me from your list, who listed down I need to scroll through social media? You listed down. Okay, good, honest. Anyone else who listed down that I need to check on what is the latest scandal from M. Okay, to me, everything sounds important.
Yeah.
So, which of those activities that you put under urgent and important?
On urgent and important, there's only one of them, which is I put my assignment. That's urgent and important because there are deadlines to those. As for not urgent but important, I put food and sleep because I can delay it. It's not a good thing, but I can delay it. As for not urgent, so as for urgent but not important, is my self-reflection, my writing. That's important, not really important, but I want to do it, so it's urgent. And as for the not urgent and not important, is my novels reading. I can just delay it, so it's not too important, it's not urgent. And my ML, so not really important.
Okay, round of applause for Jess, guys. Okay, so you notice that of course everyone categorizes it differently, but hey John, I want you to first share with me your list of things that you feel you need to do today.
Okay, there are a couple of things. Some of them are quite basic. My assignments is number 1. I have 3 pending assignments I have not completed on.
Okay.
Food, very important.
Right.
I like to eat. Sleep, also very important. I like to sleep as well. Reading novels, I like to do that in my free time. play game, ML,
Okay. Right.
and some writing. I like to do some self-reflection, or I'm still working on a personal project.
Journaling, like you're
Yeah.
doing at the end of the day.
Yes.
Okay, good. Round of applause for Jack. You will further refine it on this, what is urgent, what is important. Okay? So I'm going to let Puan Marsha share with you a little bit about things. Last minute, something urgent and important happens. How do you manage?
The closest example is actually this event. Okay, this event is last minute invitation from students who organized this. It is pretty, how would I say? Okay, I tak marah I tak marah the students. I understand your situation, but it can be frustrating knowing that tiba-tiba I don't have any prior experience sharing with students or whatsoever, so this is my first time. Sorry. Okay, so when Mr. Taufik asked me that, Masha, can you join me in this talk about mental health? So dia macam mental health actually. Okay, so tapi I manage it by talking to him nicely. I tak pergi kat dia, oh this is very last minute, how could you do this to me? I tak nak. I didn't do that. I rasa as I grow older, I lagi wiser when you handle situations like this. So yes, bila darah muda macam you guys as students, frustration whatsoever, they can be ada lah kan, yang cakap memang ada, but as you grow older, you grow wiser whatsoever, situations like this, you kena pandai handle lah. So eventually, walaupun I frust, but when I talk to Taufik and I ask information from students and whatsoever, so I macam, alah, tak ada apa sangat pun, I can handle this. So yes.
A lot of times where you will encounter, you have a list of things that you need to do today. Now I ask you to write, you already have it, right? And then suddenly someone tells you that, hey, you need to do this now. What do you feel about it? Okay. This guy has got it all. Alright. Now I ask you to run up, and then after that I say, you don't need to run up. What do you want? Kan, macam tu kan? The frustration. A lot of time you feel, generally most people. Okay? So what do? You cancel the lecturer? Okay. What do you feel at the time when the lecturer gives you these assignments? Like, MSU is really something else, huh? Then you post confession on the page, right? Who is admin F over here? Then you post confession page, right? No, but you feel, this is what I want you to embrace in this session is actually understanding, because your time is so limited and it impacts your mental well-being. Huh? You're stressed. I cannot do it already. You expect me to perform, but I cannot perform. But how do people make it out alive? Okay? What do you see in this picture? What else do you see? Okay? Crack. Okay? What do you see from this picture? What do you guys see from this picture? A plant, okay. Crack. Shadow. Okay, what do you feel about this picture? Growth. Okay? So, what this picture about is actually, the key word is resilience. I don't know if you've heard of it before. Resilience. This one is very textbook definition of it. I'm sure a lot of you probably heard of it. A lot of you probably experienced it already. What resilience is. the capacity to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties. Okay? The lecturer will find me later. Already know. HOD's room, level 12. You see, eh? Okay. So, what this image actually demonstrates is resilience. Your ability, correct, to bounce back, to stand up, to go against all odds, and still make it out alive. Hey John, I want you to first share with me your list of things that you feel you need to do today.
Okay, there are a couple of things. Some of them are quite basic. My assignments is number one. I have 3 pending assignments I have not completed on.
Okay.
Food, very important.
Right.
I like to eat. Sleep, also very important. I like to sleep as well. Reading novels, I like to do that in my free time. Play game, ML.
Okay. Right.
And some writing. I like to do some self-reflection, or I'm still working on a personal project.
Journaling, like you're
Yeah.
doing at the end of the day.
Yes.
Okay, good. Round of applause for Journaling. Don't pretend when you're writing this down, because this is not for me, this is for you. Okay, write down. I feel that I need to update my boyfriend. I'm going to come back later. I'm going to take a bath. Whatever you feel is important and needs to be done today, important or not important, list down the things that. Good? Okay, those of you.
Tiga video lah.